So, are we all ready to play some Waterdeep Dragon Heist?
Ready! Actually, no.
Jesse,
Let me
have
switch the
you
heating
got
off
all
because we're
your-
going to get sweaty.
God damn it.
I believe so.
Good. And I'm so proud of Earl for probably not dying in one hit anymore. If you'd rolled another one, that'd have really been a case like, ooh, this is a man who should retire from adventuring. And just, like, stay in a safe room with, like, padding on the stairs, because if he falls, it's a good chance he was going to die. Cool. Well, we're starting the next chapter of this tale. This chapter, called Fireball, with an exclamation mark.
Oh dear.
So it's...
I'm sorry. I really hope it's just whiskey related.
Can we wait 4 more levels for that?
Tis the season for Fireball whiskey.
So I'm curious. It's early morning. It's like, you know, the sun is coming up. Like there's orange light across the land of the city. People are kind of scampering to work. It's that kind of early time. People are getting their morning sausage rolls. Who would be awake? Who would be asleep? Where would everyone be in their lovely manor house? Flynn is not here. I'll just get rid of handsome Flynn there. Yeah, where would everybody be?
I'm in bed.
Right, you're in bed. Put yourself in your bed then. Yeah, you're in bed. So that when we see like Harold like half out of bed, like snoring. Oh.
I'm definitely awake and already eating.
So you've just
The
taken
night snack just turned into breakfast.
Yeah, you've taken like because you put 25 gold away for to basically have like a deal with the food suppliers guild. So you get early morning like deliveries of eggs and bread and all the stuff you can need to run taverns. So you've just taken that in and you're just nibbling away on that quite happily in the pantry. Where would Erland be?
Errol will be asleep because he objects to light.
Yeah. So maybe you've been
He's
up
just
all
gone
night,
to bed.
and now
He's having a protest.
Yep.
Killian, where is Bryn?
Oh, I forgot that.
I imagine he's having his morning dip.
It's morning dip.
Gotta moisturize, you know. Gotta keep his complexion going. It's hard to do slimy.
And where would we find Brinny?
Brinny is probably trying to get any information she can out of the rotten books in the library to see if any of them are salvageable or readable.
So you're up in the library. All right. So that's where we find you. You're up in the library. You're sitting on the desk, looking over the ruined old books. Really, they're not much use. Harold is fast asleep in his bed, drooling on himself.
I imagine he's like upside down, the wrong way up on the bed. His head's like off the side, so is one arm. Sheets aren't even covering him.
Great.
Is he alone?
Maybe. I don't know.
Brian is having a private bath, making sure he's nice and hydrated for the day. Errol just gone to bed, and Fluke munching away. It's a beautiful, idyllic start to the day. And then there's an explosion. There is...
Roll initiative!
Roll initiative, motherfucker! The windows rattle as a roar of an explosion fills Troll Skull Alley. Charred bodies and anguished screams fly through the air, and a thick cloud of acrid smoke billows outward from the blast, which seems to have occurred right outside your door. You are all smashed awake. There's no sleeping through this. There's an all-might explosion, and people begin to scream right outside your manor house.
I would like to run to the nearest window and look out.
Yeah, you look out.
Shit, not again.
Or the nearest front window. Oh, sorry.
Just do a quick piano solo on the way.
Bit of jazz.
Bit of jazz on the way out.
But he just walks across the piano on the way out.
I imagine at this point Harold falls out of bed. What the fuck was that?
Alright, when you look outside, yeah, you can see there's been some sort of explosion outside. There is a big fiery mark on the ground, and as many as maybe a dozen bodies scattered around where there's been some sort of terrible catastrophe. No sign of the guards yet. It's literally just happened, and it's right outside Trollskull Manor.
Go outside.
Is there lots of dead people?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, as many as a dozen dead bodies. Yeah.
Who wants to check they're all actually dead?
All right. So you run outside and start checking the people over.
I would like to
You
run
do it with a
outside.
shiv.
too.
I would like to put on my pants and go outside.
I'll put on my bit too small dressing gown and then join them.
You go out in your silk kimono.
Yeah. That is actually also what Errol's dressed.
Hey!
Oh, it's very awkward when you meet in the corridor.
The same.
We've got his and hers. We've got his and hers.
No, it's exactly the same. It's really awkward.
Yeah, they both have the hers one, weirdly enough, as well.
The same
Right.
tailor. Oh.
Oh dear. Yeah, you come outside. You can see there are people, like, some people have, like, legged it, but there's other people just, like, standing and, like, pointing, like, oh my word, look, did you see what happened? Oh. And there's a crowd about, and yeah, looking over, there are, sorry, I'm just looking for, there are a bunch of bodies, effectively. Yeah, I'll just do this for my book.
What size would they be? Do they look like they were human?
Various. There is, let's have a look here.
He's reading a book.
There's one elderly, looks like an elderly female, like lying on the ground.
Oh, they killed Granny.
Two cloaked human males, clad in leather. Two female humans and one male half-elf, and they're dressed in sort of plain servant's clothing. There's one male gnome who's wearing a burnt cloak, and you've got a pretty high passive perception, don't you, Fluke? Yeah. You can see he's also, like, clutching a dagger in his hand. And there are a bunch of halflings, two female halflings, one of them clutching a burnt flute to its charred fingers, and two male halflings who have fallen to the ground dead, burnt up by this explosion. I've actually got a little bit of artwork to go with this, I think.
Oof.
Not just of the horrible charred bodies. Although there is somewhat charred bodies amongst it.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah, you go over and yeah, God, looking over like the people who are on the ground lying still, they all look dead. Roll a perception check for me. Are you looking over all the people,
Okay.
Fluke, or?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, roll a perception check for me. Oh, you already rolled one. 12. Cool. Yeah, I mean, you're a little distracted by all the death and chaos. You're not immediately picking up anything from what's happened here. You're more focused on trying to see if there's anyone you can help. What's everyone else doing?
Errol would like to quietly pat down the bodies if no one's watching closely.
I'd probably come along, check if they're alive, and go, "Oh no, that one's dead," and like do a little like, "Oh,
Yeah.
sorry," and then you come and like rifle through their body.
Yeah.
Hi.
Roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
15. Oh, real quick before we get too far into it, everybody take inspiration for good role playing in the last session. Except Tom, who missed most of the game, so fuck Tom. No, I'm kidding, Tom. You have inspiration too. You were lovely while you're here. Although I want to take it away from the mustache, but
Is it bad that I don't quite know what? I know there's an inspiration box, but I don't quite know what the.
You can just choose to use it on a roll that you think is important. You get advantage.
Oh, okay.
and you can choose after the fact. So if you roll without advantage and you see like, oh, I only got a 10, I'd like to roll again. You can do that.
Oh, brilliant.
Right, with 15, you would actually have disadvantage because of the horrible glaring sun that is now pouring into this alleyway. But, 15 's still a 15. You notice one of the dead men in a cloak with leather armor. There's two of them. Both of them have sheathed longswords. One of them has a tattoo of a black winged snake, which you recognize as the symbol of the Zentarum. You also notice the dead gnome with the cloak and the dagger in his hand, who kind of looking at, you get the feeling he was like moving away like from the two men in the cloaks with the swords. You notice the dead gnome has dried waste on his boots and cloak, suggesting he spent some time perhaps in the sewers recently. You also notice he has a pouch, kind of a bulging money, but not quite bulging. He has a money pouch at his side. There's a lot of onlookers kind of watching on, like muttering to each other and like going, "Oh my goodness!" Yeah, you notice he has his money pouch.
Oh.
I'd like to surreptitiously take it as I check in for signs of life.
Sure.
Does-
Make a sleight of hand check for me.
Does any of the buildings look like they've been severely damaged?
No, it looks like the nice roll. Looks like the fire did not strike or spread to any of the buildings. Yeah.
Right.
You acquire this small pouch. When you kind of take a minute to look inside, check what is inside, you find 5 gemstones. How's Earl with gemstones? Would he be able to sort of glance and go, "This is probably how much this is worth," or?
Not off a glance, no.
No. So you don't know how much they are for glance, but yeah, it's got 5 gemstones. Look quite well cut. Perhaps if you got like Brynny or Fluke to have a look at, or no, not Fluke, but if you had a look at them later, or you had Brynny have a look. Maybe decide how much they're worth.
That's proper hard sweet, that is. Ooh.
Yeah, it was once jelly, I think.
So Errol and Fluke are looking over the bodies, one with no ulterior motive and one to steal their shit.
Did you say one of them had a flute?
One of the dead halflings. It looks like all the halflings are sort of entertainers. You remember hearing, but there was a bit of music wafting in at this time in the morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks like
Fucking Oscars.
That's terrible. Terrible one.
If one was gonna wake us up, the other would. Oh, those things.
Oh, you guys are breaking up a bit for me. I'm going to restart my Discord.
Consider.
Do I see like anybody trying to scarp or anything?
Looking around, you don't see anyone trying to scarp her, but since you are near the dead halflings, you do notice a small figure hiding behind a water barrel nearby, like a rainwater collecting barrel.
Or they're just hiding.
Yeah, they're like hiding. It looks like they were hiding from the blast and are still kind of where they sort of took a moment to dodge behind.
I will carefully walk up to it. Hello, mate. You alright there?
Looking behind the barrel, you see a small boy. It looks about
Oh.
12, 13-ish.
Boy.
And he is... Yeah, he must have jumped behind the barrel to like protect himself from the flames. And he's like... Yeah, and he's hiding behind there. He's like, there was an explosion, and my friend's alright, and the halfling's alright.
It's alright, mate. Don't worry. You're fine now. Do you want to come with me and we'll just go across here and make sure you're safe, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll sort of guide him along somewhere out of sight of the... Wow. I'll guide him away from the scene whilst chuckling to that.
You guide this kid like away from the scene of the death and stuff. What about Brynny and Brian? What are you two doing?
I will alternate between watching out for more danger and trying to move anyone who might still be in danger away.
There doesn't seem to be any immediate danger right now. No one is casting any more fireballs. No one is stabbing anyone. There's no fire out. There's just a lot of like onlookers, like muttering to each other, like saying, "Oh, somebody get the guards." It's like somebody else going, "The guards are on their way."
Brian's giving that. He's trying to find the guards, muttering to himself about he doesn't need any more goddamn ghosts in Dimension.
Yeah, Brian, when you look down the street, you can see there are a couple of guards on their way. They'll be here quite soon. Brynny, you know a bit about guards and stuff, being, the servant of an investigator back in the day. Once the guards get here, they're going to basically demand control of the situation. Any chance to look into this yourself will go once the guards arrive.
Okay, let me think. There was this Interim guys, their swords.
There's also a lot of, witnesses just standing there, watching, waiting for the guards themselves to tell them. So there isn't you're in a room long after the deed. There are people standing right here who have seen what's happened. There's a high human element to this particular.
None of them counterspelled.
No, yeah. What is this? Isn't Vasselheim at all. They don't.
I'll saunter up to all of them and say, "What happened?"
So you saunter up to this. There's a Waterdevian noblewoman whose carriage has stopped nearby. She's got a little sort of single horse carriage, and she looks like she had been getting into it when the blasts came off. She's sort of down in this direction, and she goes. She looks at you. She's like, "I tell you, it was not a man, more like a puppet shaped like a man, a puppet without strings. It was on the rooftop." And she points up at a nearby rooftop. "It hurled something into the crowd beyond, or below, that caused the explosion. I saw those halflings burnt alive. I saw it. I saw it. It was very distressing."
She didn't point to our rooftop, did she?
No, I think she pointed over here to our rooftop. I won't actually point out, but to a rooftop. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I run up onto the rooftop she pointed out if I heard that?
Yeah, you can scamper straight up a wall, lickety split.
I just want to look around for anything tracks, especially if they're there.
Sure, make an investigation check for me. As this is doing, she's like, "Oh, yes, they were terrible. There was a terrible explosion, and I saw it. It was most disturbing."
Are you alright?
No, probably too late to.
You can declare inspiration afterwards if you want to roll again.
If I do I have to use the 11?
No, you would take a completely new roll. If we were at the table and you rolled a single dice and went, "Oh, I don't like that, I'd like to use my inspiration," I'd let you just pick up the dice and roll again.
I know it's mad to use it so quick, but
13?
13?
Yeah, looking around, you don't see anyone up here, but this bit of the rooftop, some of the tiles have been knocked aside. It looks like, somebody was up here, and they did a little, quite recently.
Okay, what I'd like to do is shout at the others to follow me and try to follow the trail.
There is no trail. There is evidence
just
that somebody was here, but it's not like there's a trail of blood or
just no glowing footprints.
No glowing footprints. It's just somebody was up here. You can tell that from looking around.
That's good. The only way I could figure out to make sure the team knew where I was is to keep flinging the roof tiles
Fireballs.
off it.
Just keep flinging fireballs down there.
All the roof tiles have now been enchanted with fireballs words.
Yes, it was terrible. I'm quite shocked. I'm quite shocked. It was very disturbing.
Are you okay, Mess?
No. There was an explosion. I saw it. I saw the
kind
halflings explode. It's very distressing to see the halflings explode.
Pat her on the shoulder a little.
Alright, you pat her on her shoulder and she's like, "Yes, good." Very distressing.
Try to spot her, she has a handkerchief.
She has 12 handkerchiefs. She's just covered in them.
Okay, I'm definitely going for one then.
Alright, roll a sleight of hand check for me.
Sleight of hand. There we go.
Hey!
20, yeah. No trouble. You managed to slip a handkerchief out from her pocket. I think you offer it to her briefly, there you go, and she dabs her eyes and gives it back to you. And you acquire this noble lady's handkerchief. It was a terrible day. Terrible. out here. There's an explosion, and the halflings. I saw it's very distressing seeing halflings die. They're so small.
Aren't they? I'm sure the guards will be here soon to clear up all the matters.
When they get here, tell them I'm very distressed.
Oh, yes, don't worry, I will.
Okay. Harold, you've managed to take this kid aside, and this kid's sort of standing there. It's like, sniffling a bit, and he goes, "Oh, right after the explosion, I ducked behind a rain barrel, and I heard a plop, and I found this in the barrel." And the kid...
What is it, mate?
The kid holds up...
Not a bag of shit, is it?
Trademark.
Holds up... it looks like a necklace, but only with like 2 orange beads on it.
Ooh.
And holds up this little necklace with 2 orange beads on it. It's like it fell in the water barrel, and I went in and I got it out. I was the fire scalded me a bit, so I wanted to cool off.
Weren't you a good lad? Give that here. That might be dangerous.
Well, no, it's mine.
Tell you what.
Roll initiative.
Hit you with it. Level 4 fireball right to the face.
So what, mate? I know you found it in like finders keepers. You've been through a lot of shit, but that could be very dangerous. If you let me have a look at it, I might be able to help you tell where it is. So I like to do an Arcana check on the thing because I was doing reading some books.
Yeah, he holds it out so you can have a look at it, but he holds on to it like very firmly in his like chubby little hands.
You should definitely try to tug that off him. That's
you recognize it. It's you've never seen one yourself, but they're fairly rare, but they're well known in infamy. This is a necklace of fireballs, only with 2 beads remaining, in this like chubby little kid's hands. It's like,
all right, lad. Like that thing that happened back there, and all the fire and the nastiness.
Yeah.
That's what did it.
This did it.
Yes. It was very, very powerful.
Wow.
No, wow. No, wow. So, you give
My
it to
mum's
me.
never gonna ground me again.
No, but your house will be ground zero of some place if you don't give it to me.
Roll an intimidation check for me.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
You gonna stick with that, yeah?
Fuck, I'll roll with advantage. I'll use my inspiration to get a deadly weapon off a fucking teenager. Oh, that's better.
Oh, I don't want my house to explode. That's where my dog lives. Here you go, and he holds out and he gives you this this necklace of. Gives you a necklace of, we know what it is. It's a necklace of fireball with 2 like beads left on it.
Harold chuckles to himself and like taps his feet a little bit, tucks it away. Is he hurt, the little kid, at all?
He's a little scalded. Like it looks like he got he's on the edge of the fireball. He got a little burnt by the edge. Obviously, he did not take 8d6 damage. Unless it's
Evasion.
Like Fallout rules where kids are very immune to damage.
He's a Skyrim kid. I'll say something. You did very well, my friend. You're very brave, and you did very well. And I give him a tap on the shoulder, and I'll just sort of like have a little tune or go and I'll heal word him. 6 hit points.
Invite him into your ranch. So.
Hello, gentlemen. What seems to be the problem?
Come on, pedo.
So they walk into a place that's been fireballed. They find Harold standing there holding a necklace of fire.
No, I'll stash that away. That is. I'm wearing a dressing gown. So there's only one place I can put that.
So,
maybe go outside.
It's around about this time the guards begin to show up, and six guards, just like regular town guard, begin to show up, and they begin to like be, all right, move on, everybody out, everybody move along, come on, don't sit. They move some people along. They begin to take other people who maybe actually are witnesses and begin to like take them aside. Right, all right, God, don't worry, the city guard are here.
I would like to try to hide somewhere on the scene if I can, in a bin or
you're
something
on the roof,
like that
so
if I can.
that already works pretty well.
I'm gonna go inside and look out the window.
Closer.
My goal is to try to listen in and hear
Okay,
the guards talking amongst themselves if I can.
Roll a stealth check. 12? Let me check what the guards... Actually, I think it's like the one thing they're trained in is perception. I know a guard does spot you trying to listen in, and like they kind of like shoo you far enough away that you can't overhear them.
Backhat! Take out the spray bottle.
No!
Right.
I didn't want to interrupt before, but Brian would have just asked one or two people on this side of the street if they saw anything that was different.
Yeah, nothing on this side of the street, but eventually you make your way around over here to Falala Lefilier, who is the alchemist across the street.
Yeah.
So you make your way across to them. They look quite like surprised. Like she goes, "Oh, Brian, what was that? This is terrible."
Yeah, that's one way. That's definitely one way to wake you up.
Were you asleep or?
No, I was taking my morning soak.
Right.
Gotta keep complexion going, but
Of course. You don't want any dry scale problems. I was
exactly.
watering plants in the greenhouse on the second floor of my shop when the blast blew out some of my windows. Honestly, I'm lucky I wasn't injured.
That's gonna be tough to fix.
Yeah, I'll be picking glass out of the bushes for ages. Through the smoke, I saw a cloaked man take something from the body of that dead gnome over there. He started limping away.
Man.
Yeah, he was in the blast, but he got up. He started limping away. He was badly burnt.
Was he that kind of thiefling?
No, I believe he was human. He kept casting glances over his shoulder, like he was afraid someone might be following him. He headed off in the direction of the bent nail. He was badly burned. Look, most men would have been unconscious or dead after such a strike.
Well, that was definitely pretty weird. Well, thanks for letting me know. It's curious it happened right outside our house.
Yeah, yes. I'll have to tell the guards once they get... Looks like they're just waiting for actual investigators to arrive.
Well, we're probably just gonna chill and have some tea or drink if you want something.
You know what? I've got some good tea inside. I'll bring some out for the people who have to wait around for the guards. And they head inside and actually start to like...
Too kind.
Yeah, so she starts to make tea and brings it out for people. More guards.
A woman?
What's that, sorry?
Is it actually a woman?
Falal?
Yeah.
It's really hard to tell.
Okay.
They've never actually specified their gender, and they're about as elven as you get.
Cool.
So more guards show up within the next minute, including what looks like sort of a more senior sergeant.
I'd probably been shooting inside as well, would I?
Sorry? No, you're not actually shooting inside because you're a potential witness.
Oh.
So they're actually sort
I
of...
gotta listen to them then.
they're more inclined to ask you just to wait around for a minute. They're waiting for an investigator to make it here. They're just guards. These are like beat cops. So
I'm still gonna listen and see if they're talking about anything in particular. Maybe this isn't the first time it's happened.
Roll a perception check for me.
Yeah.
Let's have a look here. No, I mean they deliberately keep you far enough away that you can't really overhear them. So a little bit of time goes by, about 20 minutes. 20 minutes after the explosion, before a cart pulls up. Just kind of trundles up, trundle. And Matthew looks for the
Suppose
correct.
there's any fish nearby I can question.
No, you don't think so. Also, they can't communicate back with you, as I understand it.
No, but I can make them do yes/no things. I'll basically do a pitch place Pokemon style questions with them.
So eventually, a cart pulls up, and stepping out of the cart are two figures. One is dressed like a city guardsman, although his uniform is a little bit more. What's the term? A little bit more
elaborate.
No, scruffy almost. A little more customized. Like all the other guards aren't wearing it, but he's like got a particularly like
detectives.
a particularly thick like cloak on that's clearly not part of the uniform, and he's got a little sort of book that he's carrying around with him. He looks a little more seasoned as well. He's in his late 40s. And at his side is a very short gentleman. I'm first like, is that a gnome? Then like, no, it's just a short guy. This is the guard who's with him. So yeah, big guard nose. Short gentleman with spectacles and a staff who comes out. And you're all trying to overhear stuff. So you hear this like, one of the guys comes out and goes, "Right, Barnabas. This is it. Looks like we got a possible fireball explosion. Several dead. Real shame, this one." And Barnabas goes, Yes, indeed. Well, better get to it then. The puzzle won't solve itself, will it, Seth? Or Siaf, or however I pronounce these stupid Forgotten Realms names. And you see that these two gentlemen begin to... They just stride through the other guards. The guards let them through. And they come over and they begin to investigate the bodies. The little spectacled man begins investigating the bodies, and the sort of taller, more guard-looking gentleman begins going around and questioning folk. Sort of taking statements. He goes up to Fala and gets her information, or their information, about what happened. Goes up to the old woman and is like, "Yep, indeed, no, terrible thing. You saw halflings killed. Yep, no, yep, you saw. Yep, no, yep. I've got it down that you're very distressed. I've underlined it. Yep, okay, well, thank you, puppet. Got yep, very distressed. Yep, that's your husband. Good to know." And he moves on, and eventually gets round to you lot and goes, "I think you're all probably gathered outside the tavern by this stage."
Yeah.
He's like, "Right then, I understand you're the owners of this here Troll Skull Manor, yes?"
Yep.
Good. Tavern, is it? Are you opening it as a tavern again?
We're planning to. We're getting there with it. It's a bit run down. But
Yeah, as you say that, one of
progress.
the shutters on the wall, on the window, like falls off and clatters to the ground behind you.
Yeah. I don't suppose there's any insurance we could get out of this situation.
Fuck, that'd be no idea.
I'm sure it wasn't this bad before the accident.
That's something to talk to the Insurers Guild about. If you gotta send a spell message to one of their departments. They'll send one back, and then I'm sure they'll tell you how you're feeling.
I think we'll be level 5 for that.
Already bored.
Fucking hell.
Already bored at that.
But so what exactly happened? What have you seen? What can you tell me?
Not a lot, really. It woke us up.
Interesting.
I was just inside taking my morning dip. Getting a couple of barnacles off, Bloody things always stick in the worst places.
Not particularly.
Get a screwdriver in, guys scooch him, try to get him out.
However, you get your barnacles off, sir, is your own business. I do not particularly need to be informed too heavily on such things.
So I'm just trying to provide a bit of context for the situation.
Of course.
Came down and, well, we had the explosion upstairs. Most of us around the house came out and there was just bodies everywhere.
Indeed.
Yeah, they're definitely all dead as well. You might not have noticed that. I'm an expert in healing. And they're
good
definitely
to know.
dead people.
Are you a doctor yourself or a cleric?
Yes.
I see.
I'm Dr. Cleric. They call me Dr. Clary Cleric.
Good, interesting to know. Just so before the conversation goes too much further, just so you're aware, misleading or lying to the watch is a fine of 200 gold pieces with 10 days of hard labour. So, sorry, what was your name again there, love?
Oh, well, people call me Clary Cleric, but my name's Fluke.
That sounds about right. And he writes down Fluke, and then in quotation marks, Clary Cleric.
Dr. Cleric.
Doctor. With even more quotation marks around the doctor. That's good. You're a cleric, good. And my dear Tabaxi friend there, what's your name?
Brinny Bullweep.
Brinny Bullweep. Good. And anything you can add to what's gone on today?
I checked that roof over there just in case whoever did it was still there, but they weren't.
Did you see anybody up there? We did get some reports of there perhaps being a figure on that roof.
There were some loose tiles. I think someone was, but I couldn't find any actual people.
Interesting. Very interesting. Thank you. What about yourself there, Mr. And he looks at Harold.
Name's Harold. Nice to meet you.
Full name,
Officer.
please.
Just Harold, really.
Hello, just
Should I have a last name, guys?
I find most people do. My last name is Cromley. That's what you get given at birth, but I understand.
Come on, Aaron. We all got one.
Harold Bowie.
Harold Bowie. Roll a deception check for me, Harold Bowie.
David Bowie. Yeah.
Ooh.
Aye, no trouble at all. Look, Harold Bowie, good strong Waterdavian name there, like Floon.
Yep.
Okay.
And I didn't see nothing, officer, because I was asleep.
I'm also a big David Bowie fan, so that makes sense. So, all right. So
He's a master.
Nothing to pass over. You were just asleep then. In
No,
your
I
pocket,
was
your
asleep,
beads feel very warm.
I, as you can see, I'm still in my dressing gown. I don't usually walk like in this. I fancy treating the local ladies to a nice view. Ha ha.
Sexual harassment, sir, is a serious business. We have had a spate of flashings in the area, so I do take.
I keep covering up. I keep covering up. It's just I'm trying to set trends. You know what I mean? Pushing out the boat. Look, that Errol's in on it too. He's copied me. Even got the same fucking number as me, bastard. Yeah, but
years.
Yeah, but you're an elf, but years not the same, are they? It's like one of my years is equal to like 10 of yours I got before you did.
All right, and you're speaking of your friend. He looks over at Earl, and roll a insight check for me.
Racism.
I mean, all right, yeah, you don't notice anything, despite your constant advantage or disadvantage. He looks over. He goes, so what's your name there, sir?
Erlan.
Erlan. Excellent, good name. Where have you lived in the area long?
Moved in with these people.
Good. You're all quite recent then. Good.
What, like in the city or in this house?
It's in the house. I mean, in the house.
Yeah. Just for sake of clarification, everyone calls me Brian. My real name's.
Oh my god, you never told us that.
How exactly would I spell
maybe it's best I write it. It's I don't
if
take.
you could write that down for us, that would be very helpful. So
I just all right. One sec there. I take his notepad. I just write my name in Aquin, which is literally just a series of interlocking bubbles.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I said too.
Erlan, so did you see or notice anything untowards or suspicious?
Well, no, I'd just gone to bed.
Of course, yep. So, Erlen, What's your profession?
Well, recently I was a guard to dung keepers.
Good
Be
honest
good at that.
work, that. Yep, I heard about that. Some of the lads did mention some fellas stepped up and helped deal with a rampaging carrion crawler. Good, hard work,
was us.
honest work, like it. Now, are you a practitioner in the sorcerer's arts?
Well, practitioner suggests practice, which is not something I really have.
Are you... Sorry, let me rephrase that. Are you a inexperienced practitioner in the arcane masteries? Do you have the capability to cast magics, perhaps of a fire-related nature, or otherwise?
No, can't do that. Never done that.
What are your surface thoughts right now?
Probably something along the lines of, well, that was that one time ages ago, but no, this wasn't me. This wasn't me.
Maybe.
So
Sleep fireballing.
you notice at this stage, I think, because Safe looks over his corner at his friend Barnabas Blastwind, who's looking in this direction now, and you can actually see he's got a little bit of copper wire between his finger and thumb, and was pointing it in Safe's direction. He wanders over, click clack, click, click. Excuse me, my good man, Erlan. Sorry to interrupt, Safe. Good chap here. I'm aware of your sorceress nature, I'm afraid to say. I myself am a member of the Watchful Order of Mages and Protectors.
Oh, that sounds very official.
Yes, we're the official mages guild of the city of Waterdeep. I myself have been a member for many years, assisting the city watch and city guard in various of these puzzles. Crimes, we like to call them crimes, Barnabas. Yes, those. And I mean no offense. I've seen my fair share of sorcerers. I know one when I see one. You are most certainly a sorcerer, are you not?
It's the kimono, wasn't it?
Yes. I have the exact same kimono at home, as do all members of the local mages community. It just
And hot spa.
It just draws us to it. There are magical fibers put through it. Arcane spellcasters are just naturally drawn towards it.
I never knew.
Of course, it's a little trick of the trade. What? So now I'm of course not here to make any accusations, but I just want to have all the facts down. Now, you are a sorcerer. There has been a fireball explosion. Could you please explain to me what, if you were to describe your nature of sorcery, how would you describe it? If you had to put it in, let's say, a subclass of sorcery.
The controlled kind?
Interesting. Very good, yes. Look, I'm not here to accuse anyone, but
Look,
there may be
I have
questioning.
nothing to do with this. Absolutely nothing to do with this.
I am not. So far, my evidence does not suggest that you do. I just want to make sure I'm aware of all of the facts. Now, I would, however, suggest that you do not leave the city anytime soon, as you were quite close by to this event. And it does appear as if one of the gentlemen who was killed was on his way to your front door.
What, really?
Indeed. As such,
Which one?
Do you know who?
roll a persuasion check for me. He's a little cagey on these details. 10. Not really.
Oh.
I should have Ties of Chaos for that. Oh.
Can you do that after the roll? Or?
Why not?
Is that something you can do after the roll, or do you have to declare beforehand?
I think I have to declare it before. Just give me a second.
You could use your inspiration.
I think he's already used it.
Everyone's burning their inspiration.
I mean, it's not-
Anything happens.
Use it.
Yeah, it's declared before.
Okay,
Actually, I will use the inspiration on this. Why not?
sure.
And Times of Chaos to make it crazy.
Okay.
Chat.
I don't think you can do both because it gives you
Oh.
inspiration, so it gives you advantage. So
Okay.
it's
Do it.
God.
it never
We
showed
don't
up for
see
me.
We don't see it.
Don't see it.
Oh,
6. I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid I can't divulge too much information. This is an ongoing investigation.
Well, surely if it's got something to do with us, we have somewhat of a right to know.
No,
well, if you tell us who it is, we might have more information about them.
Well, maybe this fireball was intended for us and something went wrong. I mean, our own personal safeties could be at risk, shouldn't we know at least?
is there
You
a
don't wanna die
reason
again.
somebody would be firing fireballs at your home?
Yeah, like arseholes.
Any more
I
direct
mean-
reason?
I mean, we've recently acquired a rather decent property for certain reasons of certain Mr. Volo. I mean, there might be some people annoyed about that. Maybe
Oh.
by the real estate previously, or something along those lines.
There was the mushroom man. He wanted our house. And his name was Mushroom, I'm sure.
What? Did I miss this?
Eric Fromm is what I put
Eric
down as my
Fromm.
notes.
Make room.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun guy.
Was this a literal mushroom person? Was it a myconid or?
No, he was just really annoying. And his name sounded like Shroom.
Can you be a
And-
little more specific, my dear?
He was looking through our window.
That is suspicious
And
activity.
I was looking after my barrel of things.
What were these things? Was he attempting to acquire them, or?
No, I was just putting it out on the balcony because it really smelt.
Was it your washing basket? Or, this isn't important.
And I looked down and he was looking in our windows and he was like, "Oh, you!" And I was like, "Oh, you!" And he was like, "I want your house." And I told him to piss off.
Very good.
Wait. Can ghosts fireball?
In my experience, ghosts do not have access to arcane magics.
Yeah, it might be a ghost here, but I think he quite likes us. He doesn't like Brian, though.
Well, it didn't kill us, though, did it?
He's a bit of a dick.
As you say
I
that,
think
the
he's
door
alright.
behind you rattles slightly.
Shut up!
Well, Seth, I'm going to go look over the crime scene again. See if you get as much information from these people as you can. They are persons of interest. If they cooperate with you fully, I'll maybe consider passing on some more information. He heads back to the crime scene and begins to measure things
Alright.
and cast minor incantations and do that sort of stuff. And see if Cromley here is going to attempt to just extract as much information as you as possible. Like it's a big case, so he's going to the minute details. He's asking you, if anyone has any grudges against you, what you've done recently, a bit about your backstory, how long you've been in the city. How fully do people answer his questions? Is there any deception amongst you, or do you answer everything very honestly?
I probably can't resist a tall tale or two.
Each time you do, he reminds you once again, 200 gold piece possible fine and 10 days labor.
And then she'll be like, "Oh yeah, but that might have been a dream." It's like sometimes I sleep really deeply.
Roll a charisma saving throw.
Hey!
He finds you charming, so you get a...
Aww.
It's like, you ragamuffins.
Charisma save your astro.
Errol will leave out significant portions of what he's been doing since he became a sorcerer.
Okay,
But other than
roll
that, we'll be mostly
a
honest.
roll a deception check for me.
This I use Tides of Chaos on.
Excellent. Good.
Well, that helps.
Okay, yeah. He nods and takes the information in. He does ask you, like, what do you do for a living? You know, because you make your money by effectively conning nobles. So, what sort of answer do you give him?
Whatever work presents itself.
Okay, yeah.
He's a gigolo.
Male prostitute, of course. Got it right. Yeah.
We're turning this place into a brothel.
That's what happens when
Noble
that-
ladies.
I mean, you've already got one male prostitute friend. It's not
Yeah.
beyond possibility that you could do.
Be the
that.
fanciest.
We have industry connections.
You do, yeah. Cool. Is anybody else being kind of not entirely truthful?
Yeah.
Yeah, thought so. Roll a disadvantage. roll a deception check for me.
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave all the stuff out about the Zents and everything, but I'll include I'll big up us working for the city and
That is
saving.
actually a thing. They would
dung
definitely
herders.
mention, do you have any connections with the criminal elements? And then eventually they'd also just say like Zentarum. Roll a deception check for me.
Deception. Yeah.
Yeah, you're fine though. Like this guy seems very thorough, but there is his stat log. That took me a while. He seems very thorough and he's fairly good with people, but not immensely. Not like player levels of wisdom, you know. So yeah, he takes
Could
all
have
your
been
information. Eventually, Barnabas comes back over. Errol, could you roll a persuasion check for me? I think you've got the best skill in it.
Yup.
With advantage, because everybody managed to pass their checks. Alright.
Anyone?
Right, well, Barnabas, they've been quite helpful, I must say. They seem to have given me a pretty good account. So, yeah, it's up to yourself, of course, but I think, you know, maybe we can get a little more information from them. And it's like, well, I suppose. So, what I've been able to discern from looking over these bodies, terrible thing, the gnome was running away from armed pursuers, those two gentlemen there with the long swords and the sheaves. Though I believe there was a third person pursuing them. There's an outline amongst the suit where a person fell but got back up. He is not among the dead. The gnome and his pursuers were moving towards your tavern. Looks like he was moving with some haste. Neither the gnome nor his pursuers saw the blast coming. They were unaware of it before it struck. So, yes. Yeah, so that is what I've been able to discern. Of course, I am still looking into this. So it does appear as if this attack was not upon yourselves, but upon this gnome fellow, who was being chased before him and those chasing him were struck by a fireball. I'm not of the opinion that you are of any danger, but yes. And once again, I must ask that you, however, remain within Waterdeep, at least for the foreseeable future, while this investigation is ongoing, and please be reachable by the guard.
I don't suppose you've figured out a name for the little fella yet, do you?
No, I'm afraid not. He's not known to myself. We will be taken away to a mortuary, and time permitting, and if we can get the local, if we can get the police, if we can get the guard clerics involved, we may be able to cast Speak with Dead upon him, but that could take some weeks.
Well, we'll figure it out. Could you let us know? We might be able to provide more information if we know who we're dealing with.
Of course, of course.
Thank
You may head inside and go about your business. Trust in the watch, friends. Things we will keep you safe. Right, come safe.
Cheers, mate.
The game is afoot. They head back and begin looking over the crater again. Ooh, look at this dead person.
Oh. Oh, they're fair dinkum.
And you guys are left alone now. There's a lot of guards, by the way, now. These original guards have left and been replaced by members of the City Watch. So there's kind of two sections of the Waterdeep Protectorate. There's the City Guard, who are almost like kind of the military arm. And then there's the City Watch, who's like the police arm. The City Watch are actually more well trained. And there's about 20 of them hanging around, kind of keeping an eye out, canvassing the place. You can see they've already talked to Falala. The noblewoman's left. You don't think they had a chat with the urchin boy. It looks like he managed to slip away. But, yeah. So you guys are now left alone. You can head back inside and talk privately if you like.
Yeah, let's go back inside.
Yeah,
Sit down,
I don't
right,
like
yeah.
this many people.
Right. Harold
fair
go
enough.
inside. He'll have a look around, make sure he's safe, and then he'll like untense. He just relax a bit, and then something like clatters the ground.
As you head to go inside and grab the
The
door,
beats come out.
the door like rattles when you try and open it. It is locked.
God damn it, Ghosty, not now!
I don't have my thieves tools on me, do I?
Yeah,
Anyone
you've got
bring a
one.
key?
Can I
Do we
try
have a
to
key?
open it?
You've got a key.
Oh, for that.
It's your fucking house. You didn't like steal it. You actually legitimately own this home. I think Volo gave
I know
you.
it's new experience for us in D&D.
Yeah, I know.
I think we have one key between us.
Yeah, that is one thing. You have one key between you, and the lock isn't very good. Also, I mean, you could just... There are, like, several holes in the wall you could just go through, but it looks
Yeah.
weird with guards nearby.
That doesn't seem
I don't
very-
care, I'm going through a hole in the wall.
I mean, once again, you do have the key. Alright. Errol doesn't have it on him, so he just decides to go through a hole in the wall. Like, there we go. Getting inside, yeah, you can see somebody has drawn the deadbolt across the door.
Oh, fuck.
You undo the deadbolt and open up the door properly.
Bloody told you.
He's a fucking ghost in here.
Fucking danger to us.
That's the first time he's been cheeky to me. Not cool. Wants to get some people in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
A tavern running, he'll be happy then.
If he does something to you, he's a problem. I see it. Bloody is.
Maybe it was scared because of all the fire and stuff.
Yeah, he's just like, he thought he could have dived into his tavern and stuff.
Scared he goes.
Anyway,
What are you gonna do to him?
Harold will get behind the bar, make sure there's no one looking, and then he will like untense, something clanks to the ground. Ooh!
Oh my god, even I think you should have used the toilet.
Does anybody have like a handkerchief or anything?
No. Specifically, no.
No? Alright, I'll just pick it up and I'll go wash it somewhere and come back.
There's some vinegar downstairs.
Ooh! Yeah, I'll dunk it in vinegar. Mind me, Kobold's just got a shitty neck. Pissy, hang on. Alright, boys. Actually, no, you're my butlers. Give this a clean, will you?
No.
Kobold picks it up, looks at it.
Oh, you're lovely. Cheers, mate. I just sort of like dry it off a bit. Dry it off of my dressing gown cup upstairs.
The Cobalt Sorcerer holds out his hand and begins to blow hot air towards the necklace to clean it, to dry it off for you.
Oh boy, you're fucking amazing. You guys are you're the best.
The necklace
Holy
begins to
shit.
glow slightly as the magical hot air touches it.
Oh, I think that's enough. Like it's like putting a spoon in a microwave. That I think. Not good news.
What's a microwave?
I have no fucking clue. I'll go upstairs. Cheers, boys. Look what I found, guys. Little fucking kid had this.
Ah, what? Is that a...
Right. You're taking jewellery from children now.
Where it was.
Yes. Well, he took it. You know, a big explosion thing that happened. I look out the
Well,
windows.
yeah.
I kind of figured, yeah, I saw it.
You know, the big explosion thing that happened. Well, this is what did it, This make fireballs.
Shouldn't we report that to the guard?
No, mine now. Or ours, I should say.
Oh, that's how we do things. Cool.
Yep.
So how does it do it? Is it like you wear it and
Well,
And they
what
explode.
you can
Yeah.
do? What you do is you pick a little ball of the necklace and you huck it, and it goes where you want it to go.
oh,
See,
cool.
like, stuff outside there that would happen if you did it.
Oh, but not cool because it killed people.
I mean, but we'll use it to kill nasty people, wouldn't it?
More like cool than cool.
Yep.
Hey, anything that keeps us a bit safer.
So,
Is
let's
there
go
anything
down.
on it? Is it monogrammed or anything like that?
No, it doesn't have like property of stamped on it anywhere.
I suppose, have any idea who this gnome coming to see us was?
Oh, about the gnome. No idea who he was, but Brady, could you have a look at something for me and just give me a quick evaluation?
What's that?
It's a bag of 5 gems.
Huh. I would like to look the gems over.
Yeah, you look the gems over. Once you have a little time to look them over and sort of think about it, you reckon these gems are worth about 100 gold each, and there are 5 of them.
There's
Does
pepper
anyone know
sorted.
what's money?
Sorry, what was that?
Did anyone owe us money? Was he coming to give this to us?
Don't know. He just seemed to have it.
Oh, yeah, I definitely was owed some gambling debts from down the dock. Yeah. Long outstanding debt finally being paid off. That's definitely what it was. Yep.
Well, I had a feeling
just-
that he might have been trying to hire us.
This is a lot of money. What would he be hiring us for?
Well, this is it's a bit higher than our usual rate, but
Maybe he's hiring us to guard his jewels.
well, in which case, I think we should humbly accept this commission.
And do what?
Guard his
I
jewels.
hope it wasn't to guard him. Because we've kind of screwed that one up at the start.
Yeah, it's kind of good even for us.
So no one knows a gnome. He's an unknown gnome.
He's unknown.
And not he's a gnome unknown.
No, my lord.
Well, we ain't gonna know him now. There was other folk with him. There's anyone else see anything? And there's apparently someone there who got up and left, and also someone on the roof.
Nah, it just all happened really quickly.
I doubt that.
Ryan, could you roll an int save for me?
There is one thing we could do.
Come on, brain.
He was being chased by the Zentarum, and we did a job for them.
Alright, you take some damage and are stunned by the Beholder for... No, not the Beholder, it would be the Mind Flare. No, never mind, carry on.
My brain just kind of shuts down for a while.
The guys chasing the Nomer Zentarum. We've done some stuff for the Zentarum. Maybe they would tell us?
Maybe. We'd have to be smart about it though, not like, oi, we think you kill people, tell us about it.
Well, if what the guards were saying was true, they didn't. It was someone else, or the rooftops or whatever did it.
Oh.
So
They're probably just as eager to find out who did it as we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, as long as we don't have to do more work for them though, I thought they were really dodgy.
They did
If we
they
want
were
to
the only
know-
ones who actually paid you well, though.
I think if we want to know what happened here, I can't think of any other choice.
Brian's sitting there. He's taking out his pipe and is now blowing bubbles.
I don't think he had a long enough soak this morning.
His brain's just completely gone, and so is his interest. He's just making his bubble pipe now.
I can go and talk to him if you want, but I wouldn't be great at, say, convincing them. I'm more of the sit back and observe for details kind.
No, I mean, we could all go.
So normally when you want to contact the Zentarum, you would talk to Devlin, who hangs out at the Yawning Portal. That being said, it's like 8 a.m. Like the odds of him.
Today?
Sorry.
And so, do we have to go to work today?
No, you've no jobs today. You finished off your dung sweeper.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Contract. So you could go, but like you're thinking, like Devlin probably spends a lot of time there meeting contacts, but probably not 8 a.m. He probably doesn't show up until at least after lunchtime. I mean, you could wait around and go in the evening, or you could just go there and drink all day and then wait to see him when he shows up. But it's just for right now, he probably would not be there.
Anyone know what we can do while we wait?
Well, what was it? Errol, you said that crazy lady said for a puppet
Yeah.
on the roof. So does anyone know what could, like, any evil puppet makers or any weird puppet magic?
I will roll a history check.
Exactly what I was going to ask for.
Yeah.
I was going to say we go to that weird purple shop.
I was thinking the exact same thing, Kevin.
The purple shop.
Yep.
Is anyone else trained in history?
Probably not.
Oh, yes. I am very knowledgeable.
No. All right. So
Someday I'm going to make an intelligent barbarian.
Harold, you're the only one trained in history. All right. Yeah. Nothing's really popping into mind for you.
I'll need to have a coffee and a shit before I can think of anything properly today. Excuse me.
When you say that, one of the two kobolds appear as if from nowhere. One of them with a freshly brewed coffee, the other with a chamber pot.
Oh my god, you guys are golden. Jarvis, you are brilliant. Alfred, my mate, you are the golden child of toiletry care. Excuse me, everybody. I'm going up to my room. I'll bugger off for a bit.
And 5 minutes later, we see Albert taking the chamber pot into Fluke's room.
So yeah,
Harold will come backstairs dressed this time, not in the dressing gown.
So while Harold's having a coffee and a shit,
Yeah.
the morning routine of champions. What's the rest of you doing? What are you sort of thinking? You know, obviously there's something of a mystery afoot here. How would you go about, like, you know, because this guy was coming to your house. This is in some way connected to you, and you know there's possibility for profit here. There's possibility to protect yourself from future problems.
Well,
There's also just possible adventure, which is what you guys are about. So, would you pursue it, or would you be like, it's fine?
I think the obvious thing to do would be to find out who he was.
I want to talk to the Zentarum guy about them anyway. There's a guy who got up and left, but... Actually, do we ever find out which direction he went, or anything about him?
Yes, they told you.
Now, what did they say about him again?
That's why I had you roll an intelligence saving throw to see if you remembered.
Oh. Nope.
Oh,
I got up left. That's about all I know.
Do you know what the worst part is? My thing like digitized while you were saying that, so I didn't actually even hear it.
Oh.
Not that Brynny would know, but I couldn't even cheat this.
No. I mean, you could go and ask Falala again, actually. They are your neighbor. They are a door away. So you could actually
She wants to going around with tea.
Yeah. Yeah, they did come out and give everyone some, like, nice herbal tea. So you could go back and, like, go, which direction did you say they went? That would be no problem.
Yeah. Father said something about a guy who got up and left. I don't know. Something about tea. I'm
I'm
gonna go ask again.
Alright, so Falala repeats to you when you go round. They kind of like sigh and they're like, okay, so I was watering my plants in the greenhouse on the second floor of my shop when a blast blew out some windows. Lucky I wasn't injured, all that stuff. Basically, I saw somebody, they collapsed to the ground, hit by the fireball, but they got back up. He was badly burned, casting glances over his shoulder as he left. He picked something up from the dead gnome's body on his way, and headed off in the direction of the bent nail.
Thanks again.
Do you need me to write it down, or...?
No, should be good. Okay. Should be good. I'll definitely remember this time.
5 minutes later. One more time.
Definitely remember. Hey,
you remember.
Almost a 1. I thank her and inform her that there is now some food available in our shitty tap room if she's ever she.
They ask if you have any vegan options. No, they don't. They say they'll come round sometime. And you're always welcome round for tea.
I don't.
Or to buy potions.
No, if you ever come into any money, I'll definitely take you up on that. We went to a potion shopping before? What was the prices? It was like roughly.
They were quite. I mean.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You don't need to.
I got them right here. So.
I think it's about 75 for a regular healing.
Yeah, it's about normal prices.
Yeah. Nah, good. Alright, yeah, I'll just go back and relay that information to the others.
75 for a healing potion seems kind of steep.
Wait, here's that potion.
Well, guys, I'm skint, so... Because I bought taps, he says as he pulls a pint of beer.
We've always
totally worth it.
That's the important bit.
We're set for life, guys. We can sell this. Just need a decent pub to people to sit in.
A place people want to go in without fearing getting tetanus.
Yeah, we should also probably clean up the giant fireball outside. That might be bad for business.
I mean,
those charred remains.
It's kind of like public property, so I think the guards will deal with that one.
Fair enough.
Well,
what
Falala sells is potions of animal friendship for 125 gold, potions of climbing for 50, potions of greater healing for 250, potions of healing for 50 gold, and potions of water breathing for 250 gold.
Should probably pick up one of those potions. Well, we'd have to sell gems first.
Can we just trade for gems?
Yeah. You don't have to stay away. It's actually easier to carry gems around than it is to carry, so. But yeah, you could buy that with gems, no trouble. People accept gems as payment. You can also use to pay for your house improvements.
Yeah, I was going to say we could get like tap room fixed up nice. Furniture and stuff.
We should at least get a potion too, just in case you go down.
For 500 gold, you could get the actual exterior of the house to safe levels. You could have the and you could have the tap room fixed up. The upstairs would still be a complete it wouldn't have any real furniture or anything, but the building would be sound and the tap room would look alright for 500 gold. If you just wanted to get the building sound, that would be 300 gold.
I'll happily give my time and then to get the house worked out.
Yeah, I suppose I could do that as well.
I'll be in for it, but I would feel a bit safer if we had some bit of healing in case a few of us.
Also, I've got to host a birthday party here soon, so we kind of need a place to look decent for that.
Yeah. Errol will buy a potion of healing.
Alright, so you spend 50 gold on a potion of healing.
Ooh.
You could almost get all your hit points back once upon a time with that.
Somewhere obvious so we can easily find it poured into your mouth.
It's round your neck with in case of
Emergency.
in case of
In
emergency.
case of
Cool
unconsciousness.
cork.
Yeah.
We've lost the map.
Oh.
Oh, I should be back. Am I not back?
Nope.
Hello.
Ah, you're returning.
Yeah, I gently pressed my internet. I noticed my internet connection thing was slightly out, so I pushed it in, which made it blum. Cool. So your basic plan at the moment is just go talk to Devlin when you get a chance.
No, I want to go towards the bent nail, see if we can pick up any traces of the guy who ran off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we get a good description of the person before doing that?
Burnt and limping is the main thing
Okay.
you got. He was a burnt, injured, limping man. However, when you go and do that, by this stage, it's been about 40 minutes to an hour since the explosion. Actually, it's been more than that. It's been an hour and a half since the explosion actually went off.
Mm.
If you were out in the wilds, you could probably track him. Being in a city, there's no 100 people have already walked down this alley, and anyone who was standing there's already moved on.
It's not like any old guys sitting by playing chess, dragon chess at the side of the road. Look
no.
like they've been there all for last.
Not really.
20
There's no
years.
businesses like that there. There's no there is no tavern in Trollskull Alley. The only tavern is your place, and it's currently closed.
Shit.
So there's no place where anyone just hangs out. There's the Bent Nail, but the proprietor didn't see anything.
Mm.
And there's the Smith, which I don't think you ever went into.
Not yet, no.
Which is active at the moment. There's smoke billowing out of it, and the like.
Yeah, we go in there and say hi anyway. We can ask questions too.
Sure. You head into the smithy. So there's a few less guards now. That's the most of the game. You head into the smithy, and you can see so the room is full of smoke and steam, and you can see behind the counter, with his back to you, is a figure who is currently working away on a anvil. Bringing up down the tower, and you can see he's got long, low to his lower back, red hair in a ponytail behind his head, kind of kept out of his face, and he's bring up a strong arm, ding, over and over again. He doesn't seem to have noticed you coming in, and this is the Steam and Steel, is the name of this business.
What? Good day, mate.
Oh, fuck me! You see, as you spoke, he brought the hammer down on his finger.
Oh.
Fucking hush him, dick! You speak Aquin, so you don't speak Infernal. Not Infernal.
I speak Primordial.
You speak Primordial? I always find it weird that all the languages are the same. I like to think they're different dialects. So you pick out a few words. You recognize some swear words in.
Oh yeah, I imagine there's a lot of crossover with swearing.
Yeah, in the language of fire, wherever you say that.
Fuck is pretty international.
Fuck is pretty international. What? Brittany's testing.
Oh, there we go. Back again, Kev. You can see it.
Test 1, 2.
And turning around is this. It is this fairly handsome, red-skinned man with red hair. You recognize him as being a fire genasi. He turns around, he's holding his fingers, fucking... broken. Nope, not broken. Not today. Not broken today. Looks around and sees you and, squints at you, and it's are you here to visit my husband?
I don't know, am I?
Are you
Is he expecting someone?
family of his? He didn't tell me we're having visitors. It's very early.
Sorry, I don't seem to know him. Is it another Triton?
And then out of the back comes another man. This one with short on the sides and then quite long on top, wavy, like underwater style hair, like waving along, and a slightly glistening skin, like he's just came out of a bath or something, even though he's like fully dressed and dry. You recognize him as a water genasi. And he looks at you and looks at the fire genasi, looks at you and goes, "Did you just ask him if he was my family?" It's like, well, he's a fit, yes, and you, I'm going to start asking the fireball that happened outside if it's your uncle. It's like, was that a bit it was a bit racist, hun. Okay, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, Abby. Yeah, well, hello, cousin. I'm Avi. This is Ebrick. Welcome to the Steam and Steel. Can we help you? Are you looking for some work for your ship? Do you need a new anchor?
Oh, this one does me pretty alright. Mostly wondering, me and my mates moved in down, the manor down Trouskull Alley. And,
oh, you're our new neighbours.
Yeah, new neighbours. And,
Emmerich quickly pipes up. Are you reopening the tavern? Are you reopening the tap room?
That's the plan.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how often, midway through the day, working by the forge all day, surrounded by soot, I'm just dying to get a pint. I gotta walk like 4 streets over before I get to one.
Well, we're currently we're going to be getting some renovations done soon, but it's already been there if you want to come over sometime.
Oh, might do that. Thank you. Yes, that
also
sounds good. So, yes, can we help you? Are you here? Do you need help with the renovations?
Seems you heard about the fireball that's going on outside.
It's hard not to hear about it. We get up early to start work, so yeah.
That's why does anyone else come with me?
Don't appear to have.
No, it seems terrible.
Oh, good. Let's flex this barbarian charisma.
I mean, they seem fairly chatty anyway, and friendly enough.
I was just wondering if you saw anything. 'Cause apparently, we're talking to a fella down the road. She saw some fella who got hurt pretty bad, limping off this direction. I suppose you saw anything when you came out to see what the noise was all about, did you?
You know, we did actually.
Oh?
Yeah, Embrick, he went outside when he heard the explosion. He was up earliest getting the fire started. Fellow with a bad burns and a bad limp, clutching something to his chest, came hobbling by. Embrick tried to stop him. I'm a healer. I'm a cleric.
Nice.
I would have helped him, but he just shoved straight past Emmerich and went up. Just kept heading up towards the main road.
I don't suppose you saw anything strange about him. Was he a human or a?
Abby looks at Emmerich and Emmerich nods and goes, "Yeah, human, mid-late 30s. Half of his face was really badly burned, though. Like,
oh, really?
I hear burns are terrible. I mean, I don't really get them, but
you sure he wasn't a relation of yours then? Yeah.
You see, Abby gives you like a big smile. Like, see, that's what it's like. It's like, I mean, it's not my fault. You did the same thing when that Sahagin came in 2 years ago. Like, I mean, how many Sahagins do you see?
I'd be surprised too, to be honestly.
Oh, fair enough.
But,
you used to see more of them years ago. It's like, yeah, they were a bigger deal back then. So they kind of look back at you. He's like, yeah, no, he hobbled off. From what Embrick told me, Abby sort of says, it's like, if he was that badly hurt, he wouldn't have gone far. He must have been going somewhere in this district. If he was that badly injured.
And he just kind of vanished towards the main street, you said, yeah?
I mean, once you're on the main street, there's so many people there, and we didn't follow him. I mean, I helped him, but I'm not going to force my help on anyone.
Oh, that's alright. Thanks for your help.
Pleasure. So you say you've got beer. in there already.
Yeah, we do.
Good to know. They both look at each other and like, awesome. And it's hot in here. Like, you know, the fire genasi probably doesn't care much about the heat, but it's very dry and there's a lot of soot in the air. So there's, if anybody's going to want a drink like midway through their shift, it's the two people working in a blacksmith.
Yeah, I kind of like lean over towards Avi. Like, I'm also looking at maybe getting a pool installed.
Avi like gives you a big grin. It's like, freshwater or seawater?
We'll see. It's pretty tough getting seawater all the way up here.
True. Harder getting fresh.
True.
All right, yeah. So that's kind of what they are able to tell you. While he is away doing this investigation. Sorry, did you have anything else to say there?
Oh, I was just going to say, I just going to take a quick look if they have like anything special on sale.
No special weapon. No, like they don't have any magical weapons, but any mundane weapons you'd want to buy, they have to sell. Same with armor. You can even see they have like a very nice suit of plate mail. Two suits actually. One of them built with wave decals, like flowing kind of things, and then like natural water finishes, and the other one built with fire sort of effects and swirling thing. You can tell it's like their two personal crafts. Like, I'm going to make my flame suit, you're going to make your water suit, and they've put them up next to each other.
Oh. Yeah, well, that's fine. I head back to the others.
Cool.
Second I get in the door, I'm like, guys, why'd you let me go on my own?
Why did you let Brian go on your own? Did anybody go to deal with any other business? Or look into anything in the morning?
I might have gone to try and see if I can see any of my urchin friends lurking about, or if they might have seen anything.
Yeah.
Good idea. Roll an investigation check.
Get that homeless network working for you.
Go with Fluke because they creep me out.
Okay, yeah, you go with Fluke, you help out. They've got some. You talk around. They mention, they heard about the explosion, and you ask if they saw anything, and you know that urchins of the city tend to see a little bit of everything. Let me just have a look at some information I can give you.
I don't know why, but when you leaned down, I thought you were fetching a dog, and I got very excited.
My dog of information.
Dog!
My information dog, yes.
Fetch dog.
The dog's downstairs with the girlfriend right now.
Oh, Kev, fetch dog.
Kev, fetch dog. Bring dog, Kev.
Bring dog. We want to corp.
We require doggos.
He's gonna summon a dog now.
Guys, I need like 5 minutes.
Oh, yep, sure, that's fine.
Yeah, there is.
You know what? Well, let's take a wee break here.
Okay.
And then when we come back, we can
Okay.
go more.
Sounds cool.
Leave Fluke in suspense.
Leave Fluke in suspense.
The
Also,
Dwarf
fun
network is conjuring up.